All right. Okay, you can hear me. Great. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I was asleep, so hopefully I can keep it together. I just wanted to kind of let you introduce yourself again. I'm going to Okay, there we go. Um I don't know why my internet is acting crazy today, but I'm going to let you talk a little bit about what it is that you do and maybe just give us a kind of an overview, and I'm hoping that this recording we'll be able to chop it up and you can actually use it for like YouTube or something like that. This is not really about me getting a session or anything. Um, although maybe you can do like maybe something for the group. Um, if nobody else comes in and just me and the sister that's on here. She's I know her from Twitter. So some other people said they were coming, but it's Saturday. But tomorrow was just too busy. So I'm going to turn my screen off so you can talk for a little bit, and then I'll jump in with questions so that hopefully that'll preserve my ability to actually be on because I don't know what's going on with my internet so much. So I want to let you talk.
Okay. Um, okay. Thank you for joining. What I do is I tap into multidimensional um, energies, and I use those to speak light language, which light language is everybody can do it, and everybody has it. It's basically the soul language. Um, Basically, what I do is I tap into um, galactic beings, angelic, elementals like fairies, the earth like Mother Nature. I can tap into probably music if it's coming through. Anything that has like an energy or a channel, there's a message. If there's a message that comes through, I'll also do that as well, which is we're also light language messages. Um, I basically light language breaks through anything that's what I say kind of blocking you or you're not necessarily able to access, and kind of breaks it down, kind of helps you break it down. And some of the traumas are from past life, maybe when you were a child, and there's no, well, how do I do it? It does it for you. And so it's just, it cuts cords, which cutting cords is basically anybody who shouldn't be in your field or you don't want in your field. It cuts the cord for you. Any limiting beliefs, any unhealthy patterns or patterns you don't want in your life, any triggers, you can use the cutting cord as well, creating new DNA. Because that's what we're doing right now is we're accessing the 12 DNA strands, and just clearing the aura field, because a lot of times our aura can be just kind of, it can get muddled, I like to say. So just kind of getting back to the soul, connecting back to joy, connecting back to love and gratitude, and just back to who you truly are. So it's just, that's what really I try to do, is get back to help each person on their journey, in any way, any capacity that they need. So if they're ready, then I'm ready. So now I I do want to do two things before we get started. One, I'd like anybody who'd like to call in their own spirit guides. And then what I'd like everybody to do is to call in any gratitude, connect with love, joy, and just take a deep breath every time you do it, deep breathing, because a lot of times we don't breathe. And we're not getting the breath in our body. So I'm going to call in spirit guides and then we'll work on that, and you can do that on your own. You don't have to really do that with me, and I'll just give you probably about 2 or 3 minutes. So just connect with the gratitude that you feel. Anything gratitude, any love, connect to your heart. What brings you joy? One more minute. Okay. So when I was channeling what I should be doing last night, a couple things came up. So I'm just going to kind of read it. Some of it's just notes, some of it's little bullet points, but basically live your life from your heart. So just really connect with your heart. A lot of us have disconnected with it through trauma, through situations or lessons. We've just kind of disconnected it, maybe even through mistrust, worry, anger. So we've really disconnected. So it's connecting back with your heart. Right now, as a lot of you might know, Pluto is leaving Capricorn, which is a lot of death and rebirth and trauma, working through traumas, working through patterns and belief systems. So this is really a really good time to work on that. Yesterday was the new moon. It's also 11. It's also 11/1. So it's a lot of really powerful energies going on right now. So I'd really recommend taking advantage of that. So we're going to working on patterns, limiting beliefs, any limitations and triggers that really come up. So like anything that has been what I like to say is your life is your mirror. So if there are things that are coming up multiple times, what have you noticed from that? Like, what do you feel you need to let go? What do you feel needs healing? Dominique, I do have a message specifically for you, but we can do that either here or later. It's up to you.
Is it not? It doesn't matter. I just know my messages be like it could be useful for everyone. If you think it would be useful for everyone, it's fine, or
Yeah,
whatever you think.
it was actually unexpected for me when I heard it. So this is so you're an incredible healer, but you have to, but don't forget to lead. Don't forget to lead your own life. So I don't know if you understand that, but basically you're helping so many other people, but it's almost like you forget to lead your own life, and you care so much for others, but it's almost like you don't allow others to care for you. So don't forget to let others care for you as well.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Um, yeah, that's actually really an important one. They mentioned that a couple times. And it's okay to slow down. Actually, the Hermit card kind of came in my mind when I said that. So try to just take a break. That came to mind. Just slow down. They said that's okay. It's good for you. In some capacity, you might know what that is. You're afraid or uncomfortable to allow others to take care. I don't know. Are you afraid or uncomfortable to allow others to take care of you? Is that just not comfortable?
I wouldn't say that it's other people. It's more like my spirit team. Like I want things to move like along, and they're still like not moving. So it's still some like resistance between me just letting, them handle the stuff that needs to be handled, and me, trying to put myself in a mindset where it's like I just have to let them handle it. So I still have some resistance. I still have some resistance with that, and it's not on purpose. I am trying, but I'm also like looking at my circumstances and saying, okay, I'm really just exhausted uh with this. And yesterday was a very, very long day, tremendously difficult, just with all the stuff I was trying to do. So um I definitely know that I have to slow down because my body is literally like sick because I'm doing too much,
Mhm.
moving too fast, and I also don't want to make mistakes. So I'm forcing myself to slow down in some areas so that I don't, make unforced errors, and I can really, really get what needs to be done the right way.
So, two words that came up, if you don't mind me expressing
Yeah,
them.
go ahead.
Um, so, two words that came up were control and trust. You want to control the outcome, and it's almost like you don't trust the outcome to happen in destiny. Let's see. You there? I guess she's not. Are you here? Okay. Well, to go on with what we're working on today, we're working on patterns, the beliefs, and triggers. Um, so, as some of you have worked on, since yesterday was the full moon, and I'm sorry, the new moon, and the and what's going on right now in a lot of the things that are coming on, patterns, beliefs, and triggers. Just think about that, and what you're kind of wanting to release. What do you want? Um, is kind of almost just as important. I should say, what do you desire? What do you desire? Um, because that's all kind of just as important. What you desire in life, what you focus on is kind of important. If all you're saying is, well, I don't want this in my life, I don't want that in my life, you're going to have more of that coming in. If you know what you desire in life and you focus on what you desire in life, you're going to have more of that come in. You may not even believe you're going to get that at this moment, but continue to focus on that. If you know what you want to release, if you worry, anxiety, anger, fear of what, anger of what, forgiveness of who do you want to forgive, worry, what do you worry about, anxious of what, if you're ready to release that, those are all patterns. So if you're ready, then we'll say it out loud and we'll do that. I'm going to do that through, we're going to do that through light language. So everything you're going through in life, they're all lessons, they're all tools. As I said before, your life is your mirror of frequency and vibration. It's how you see it. There was a guy I saw in through a podcast. I believe his name was Kut was his last name, and he went to India, and he said everywhere I went in India, there was somebody more crippled. He said, I walked into a train station and this guy was his hands were all, he threaded. He almost looked like a spider. His head was staring up at the ceiling and he started crying. That's a normal response. And his guides came through and they were like, what if this guy's soul is actually more advanced? What if his soul chose to do this was a PhD level and you're actually kindergarten? What if his soul decided to do a more advanced, challenging life, and that's a PhD level, and you took an easier level, which is a kindergarten level? If we look at things in a different level, if somebody who's going through a more challenging level is actually, you're going through maybe PhD, you should be very proud of yourself for all the challenges you've gone through, because you're learning more, your soul is more advanced. So it's all in how we view things in our life. It's more of a tool. How are they helping us on our journey? So connect more with joy and love and focus on that, because when you focus on joy and love, it brings everything back together. Now I'm just gonna, I don't know if anybody had any questions before I get into light language.
I had a question. You said in your introduction that anybody can do light language. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So there are some who are not interested in being activated, but you can be activated. So when somebody is ready, when their soul is ready to be activated to light language, they can speak light language. Even those who are like, I don't think I'm going to be speaking light language. Your soul has already has the light language inside them. And like I heard light language, like I heard them talking about light language before, and I was like, that sounds so cool, I want to do it. And and then I started to listen to it a little bit more. I knew there was going to be a ceremony, a plant medicine ceremony, and so I went into the plant medicine ceremony and I was like, I want to speak light language or do light language. And so I guess most people who say that, I guess the outcome is not necessarily the same one, but about 2 or 3 hours in, I got activated. I guess one of the people who facilitated it, he calls himself an alien, so he activated me. So anybody can be activated. Do you want it? Do you get your body ready for it? Do you listen to light language? does it kind of get your body kind of excited? For me, I was like, I want to do it, you know, and so I put it out in the universe. I want to do it. And they're like, okay. So, you know, there's people who do certain podcasts and they're like, I don't think I can do it. I probably won't do it. And they go on completely skeptical, and then they'll have a facilitator go in, and by 2 or 3 hours in, they're speaking light language. So it's getting activated if your soul is ready.
If anybody else have questions, you can unmute and speak up. We don't want to be on here too long.
Okay. I'll start the light language. Cognava, cosulava, camania, sullava, cassiamo. Cogna sia, vocogna saia, moniava, cassaia, vocosulia. Cognava, cassia, vacassia, vacasullava, cassia, moniava, cassia, voculiava. Cognava, cassia, moniava, cassaia. Collava, cassia, moniava, cassia, vocosulia, vocassaia, moniava, cassia, vocasallava, cassia, voculuca, vacasala. Moniava, casullava, cassia, moniava, cassaia, moniava, cosulia. Moniava, cosulia, vacassia, moniava, cassaia. Cassia, vocassa, vacassia, moniava, cassia, moniava, cassaia. Collava, cassia, moniava, cassia, collava, cassaia, moniava, cosulia, vacassaia, vacala, vacasulla, vacassia, vocosulla, vacassia, moniava, cassaia, vocolia, voconiava, cassaia, moniava, cassia, vocosia, cagnava, cosullava, maniava, cassia, vocassa, vocosullava, cassia, vocagnava. Cagnava, cassia, vocolia, cassia, vacalia, vocosulava, cassia, cosava, cassia, colia, vocosulava, cassia, vocassia, moniava, casullava, cassia, vocassia, coniava, sia, vacala, cassia, voconiava, casallava, cassia, moniava, cassia, vocosulava, cassia, cassia, vocosulava, cassia, vocosulava. Cassava, cassia, voconiava, cassaia, cassia, vocolava, cassia, cossava, cassia, moniava, cassava, casullava, cagnava, cassia, vocolluca, cagnasia, vocolava, cassia, vocolava, cagnasia, vocolava, cassaia, moniava, cassia, cassava, cosullava, cognasia, cognava, casullava, cassaia, moniava. Cassava, casullava, cassia, maniava, cassia, vocosala, cassia, moniava, cassia. Cassava, cosullava, cassia. Cassava, colluva, lava, cassia, cassia, casullava, cassava, cassava, cosullava, cassia, moniava, cassia, vocolia, cassava, cassia, moniava, cassia, cosullava, cassia, moniava, cassia, moniava. Calava, cassiava, cassaia, vocosolava, cassia, moniava, cassaia, moniava, sia, Kanya vakasula vakasia vakala vakasia. Monya vakasala vakasula vakanya vasia vakola vakasia. Monya vakasia vakasa. Monya vakasia vakosa vakasia. Monya vakasia vakala vakosa vakasia. Kasa vakasula vakasia vakolo vakasia vakasala vakasia. Kala vakasaya monya vakasia vakosola vakasia monya vakasaya kulia vakasa. Kasa vakasula vakasia. Kanya vakasula vakasia monya vakasia vakasia vakonya vakasula. Kanyasi avakulu kavakasia vakasa vakola. Konyasia kola vakasia monya vakasula vakasia monya vakasula vakasia monya vakasula kasa kolega kusega kusega Kala vakunya vakusula vakasaya vakuluk vakasa monya vakuluk vakasa vakasiya vakasa vakala vakasiya vakasa vakasa vakusula manya vakasula vakasiya vakuliya vakasiya kola vakasiya vakasiya vakanya vakasiya Lava kasaya vakolava kasiya vakolava kasaya kalava kasaya kolava kasiya vakonya kasaya vakola monya kasiya vakala vakasiya vakolia vakasiya vakasa kasiya monya vakasiya Jose vakasula vakasia monya vakasia kolia vakasia monya vakasaya kosa vakasula vakasia monya vakasula vakasia kosa vakasia monya koli vakasia la vakasia kasia kasala vakasula vakasia vakasia vakosula vakasia vakasia vakasaya kasa vakasula vakasia vakasaya monya vakasaya vakola vakasia konya vakasaya monya vakasula vakasia monya vakasaya monya vakasala vakasia monya kolia kasula kasia monya vakasula kasia vakosia manyava kasava kasia monya vakasia vakasa kalia vakasia kasa vakasa kalia vakasia monya kanya vakasula vakasia kasia vakosola vakasia vakosa Kosia vakolia vakasa. Konia vakasula vakasaya monia vakasula vakasia. Kosa vakasia monia vakasia. Okay. Any questions?
Well, that was so good. I feel like some deep internet trauma was released. I don't know because the sound sounded like the internet. So I don't know if it means the physical internet or like the matrix, but that was so good.
Yeah, I had wind come through for, is it Lottie? Is that how you pronounce it? I had
Miss Lady, yeah, Miss Lady.
Miss Lady. Yes, I had wind come through for you, and they did you have a question by any chance? They said you did. So I don't know if you did or not, but they said you had a question. I don't know if you're able to talk or not. Okay. It's not. Okay. You can email.
Well,
Huh?
I
Okay.
don't think I have a question, but I was tuning in.
Okay.
I
I don't.
cried last night, so I don't know if they can hear me with that. So
Sorry.
I said I cried last night, so I don't know if they can hear me with that. So I don't know.
I don't know. I had wind come through when I came to you, and then they were saying, I asked if anybody had questions to them, and they said you might. So I don't know. So that, I mean, if they come through for whatever reason. I'm not sure if anybody has a question, but I'm always, of course, here to answer. Or conduit, of course.
Well, tell well before we finish up, I guess if anybody have any questions, but talk a little bit about how your sessions would go. If somebody wanted to book with you, because I want to get that in this video.
So you'll have light language come through. We'll have I guess, a light language talk, because a lot of times we want light language, but we don't know what's inside. So we're going to have what I call a conversation. So we talk through what's going on, figure out what's going inside, because sometimes what we see on what I can see and what you can see are completely different. So I'll have the light language, just communication. I'll see if we can release any patterns and bring down new patterns. So when I mean patterns, like say you don't like any, like hypothetically, if you don't want fear, or you want to release anger, you want to forgive somebody, and then you bring in a new pattern. Say you want to bring joy, you want to bring happiness, you want to bring courage. You got to bring that, into your life, and then we'll work on how to continue doing that. And then we'll do another light language session again, and then probably about a week later, because you're going to need time to integrate the healing, because it can be very deep. Then I'll call for about 15 minutes, just check in, see where you're at, And so that that's about what the session's going to be about.
That's very helpful, very thorough. Um, we're not going to take up too much more of your time. If anybody else have a question, oh, go ahead, Ashley.
I have felt like a little anxiety when is that good? Like,
It's not necessarily bad or good. It just is. You're releasing certain feelings. So it's when there's a change in your body. So when you're releasing something from your body that's been in there for so long, it's almost uncomfortable to release it. So you might have feelings that come up for the next couple days. I would just go with it. I don't hold on to it. Don't try to hold it in. Just be aware of it. Acknowledge it. You can ask questions like, why is this coming up? Why am I feeling this? If you don't feel it's necessary, you don't even have to ask questions. Just be like, I'm feeling this. That's okay. However you usually work with your guides or how you do your work, just go with it. There's nothing wrong. It's a shift because it's a deep healing. You also had a lot of things being released. Everybody had their own different healing. So I just go with it. There's nothing bad. There's nothing. It just is. Just be with it. Some people, they just cry unconditionally. For many, many days, they're just crying because it's a release. Some people feel anger. Some people feel anxiety. Some people cry. Some people are extremely happy and laughing. It's just part of the process. Do you have any other questions?
you.
All right, Miss Deborah, did you want to add something? I think you're the only one voice we didn't hear.
No, I'm just taking it in.
Awesome.
Well, Kat, you did a great job. I really appreciate it. I definitely felt some very serious things going on, so I can tell probably need to have a conversation with you soon.
Okay.
So if anybody wanted to, contact her for a session, you can send her a message through Telegram, and her information is in the group. Also, this is a female small business. Please consider. I'm gonna make this video public. I put it on my YouTube channel, so you guys, you can share it around with people. Let's help get her business started, the best way that we can with the energy that we do have to share. So that would be my only request to everybody. And hopefully we could do some more just like group sessions. I think it's helpful because I don't think I would have had the wind come through for me by myself. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily have that particular, thing. So maybe we could do some this little stuff like this that I think would help make us stronger as a community. So let's see, how we can maybe do that. So any last words, Kat? I want to let you end the session.
I'm
Instead of my
very
rambling.
grateful. No, yeah, I'm very grateful for everybody who's come, even to allow me to be part of your journey. That's for me. That's really important for both myself and my guides to allow me to be part of your journey. It's not easy, and so to come through, I appreciate it. And Sophia and Dominique, I appreciate you for setting this up. I love you very much.
All right, love you too. Love you guys so much, and I'll let you know when we do the next one. Have a good evening, everybody.